The Voice Recap 2/17/25. Season 27, Episode 3, The Blind Auditions, Part 3. Tonight on NBC's Emmy Award-winning musical competition, The Voice airs with an all-new Monday, February 17, 2025. Season 27, Episode 3, The Blind Auditions premiere, Part 3. And we have your The Voice recap right below. On tonight's The Voice Season 27, Episode 3, as per the NBC synopsis, coaches Kelsey Ballerini, Michael Bublé, John Legend, and Adam Levine all vie to discover and coach the next singing phenomenon on the third night of blind auditions. So make sure to bookmark this spot and come back for our The Voice recap between 8 p.m., 10 p.m. ET. While you wait for the recap, make sure to check out all our The Voice spoilers, news, videos, recaps, and more right here. Tonight's The Voice recap begins now. Refresh page often to get the most current updates. In tonight's The Voice episode, it was night 3 of the blind auditions. Michael was coming off of a win last season. Adam was back after several years away and was a little rusty. Kelsey was still new to the game, but John was as legendary as the name. They all were looking for the best tonight. Up first was Divine. He performed I Got You, Feel Good. He put on a stellar performance, and 2 of the judges turned for him. Kelsey turned first. She saw potential before anyone else did. Michael only turned towards the end of the performance. He dilly-dallied. Both were great coaches. Divine could fit with either team. He was the youngest of 9. He knows how to share, and he doesn't have to travel far to put in the practice. He was originally from California. He also came experienced. He was 33. He came hungry for the opportunity. He ultimately chose Michael because Michael shared his love of old songs. They were classic over pop. Kelsey might have understood him. She just wouldn't know how to help him put the stake on it. And that's something John suggested for Divine. Up next was Jacqueline George. She was 27. She was from Tennessee. She grew up around different kinds of music. Her father was a jazz performer. Her mother performed opera. Jacqueline started performing with her brother as kids, and tonight was one of the rare times she performed solo. It was a little daunting for her. She was used to the comfort of her brother's support, which she still has. He was there backstage tonight. He just wasn't performing with her tonight, and Jacqueline had to show she could stand on her own. She performed one of the most ambitious songs ever. She chose Whitney Houston's I Have Nothing. John turned for her instantly. Adam waited on the last line to do so. The others called him last-minute Levine. Only he had no chance against John. Jacqueline performed one of John's songs at her wedding. John heard that, and he suggested performing together tonight. They sang a little bit of Ordinary People together. That was all Jacqueline needed to choose John. Adam had 0 chance. He realized that for himself towards the end. Up next was Tinica Wyatt. She was another one from California. She was also one of the oldest performers of the night. She was 50. She looks great, and she sounds even better. She was a married mother of 4. She shared pastor duties at her church with her husband. She also got her master's in marriage counseling to better help her church followers. Tonight, however, wasn't a smoother ride for her. The audience loved her performance. The judges not so much. She performed Sorry Not Sorry, and none turned for her. They didn't get her full range with that song. It took Tinica performing off the cuff about a song she made up to get through to Adam. He used his retroactive button to turn for her, and she was now a part of his team, proving that it's never over at the end of a performance. Up next was Paige McKenzie. She was 32. She was from South Carolina originally, and now she lives in Nashville. Nashville was filled with people trying to break into the music industry. It was such a widespread thing that they tell people at the start to get a side hustle until they make it big. Paige drives a bicycle bus. She was hoping to put that behind her tonight, only there was a moment. A very worrying moment. Kelsey and Michael waited until practically the end to turn at the same time. Paige's family was getting worried that it took them so long. Paige literally kept upping her ante in the song because you could see she was getting worried too. But thankfully it paid off. It wasn't much of a choice between Kelsey and Michael. Michael was great. He just didn't know country music, and Paige chose Hell on Heels to win over Kelsey. Not him.